Hi, and welcome to City Happenings. I'm Mayor David Black. A new year also means a new semester in our local schools. That means the beginning of new D.A.R.E classes. In our continuing series about this great cooperative effort between our police and our local schools, this week we hear from the principal at St. Columbikill. And one of our police officers operates his own karate dojo. He recently was promoted by the professor of his karate system. Find out who got promoted and what this system is all about. And prior to the holidays, there was another great ribbon cutting as an established cell phone company opens a Papillion office. These stories are next in City Happenings for the week of January 11th.
Thanks, Mayor Black. We continue our series on the D.A.R.E program at local schools. This week, we go to St. Columbikill School, where Principal Jim Mackey explains why he likes the D.A.R.E program.
I always think it's great because of the relationship that's built between our students and our local law enforcement. It gives them a positive attitude towards each other, and kids look at law enforcement as people that are there to help rather than people that are there to catch them doing something. So that's one reason. Another reason is the message, to stay away from drugs and alcohol, especially even if they're legal for adults. I mean, our kids are learning that, it's not still good for them to try these things as kids. So they get a good message from somebody they respect and somebody they know, and so that's very important too. So when Officer Foster comes in, our kids already know who he is and they already have a respect for him, and as that D.A.R.E program goes over the weeks that he comes in, they develop just a better respect for him, and so they listen to his message, I think, a lot more. So we wouldn't give it up for the world.
Mackey really loves having the D.A.R.E officer come in and teach.
Kids here really respect their teachers and they learn a lot from their teachers, but there's just something special about that person from the outside coming in to talk to them, especially one that they've known before and one that they like and one that they have respect for. And so our kids are just a little more attentive. They take to heart a little more seriously the message that he gives. So we do like it when outsiders come in, and really Tony Foster isn't really considered an outsider anymore, but he is that special guest that the kids really look forward to having come in.
Mackey points out that you can't put a price on cooperative efforts with the city.
We think that's great. We promote that. The city of Papillion has been wonderful to us as a private school. So, instead of a public school, we're not tax supported, so we're private, but we don't feel like they treat us any differently. When we have questions or concerns, we call them. We have a great relationship with the police department, the fire department. They're very willing to come into our building to help us with any questions we have. Lots of times when our kids are going back and forth to Mass across Cornhusker, many a time you'll see a police officer sitting up there just kind of monitoring traffic and making sure everything gets done safely. So we really like the relationship we have, and we want to continue it.
City Police Officer Tony Foster runs a karate dojo under the CHA-3 Kempo system. He received a promotion to assistant instructor. It was a challenging journey because he had to prove he had genealogy in that system.
And I trained under Jerry Pierce, and he had trained under Chief Instructor Rich Baker, and Baker had trained under Professor Marino Tiwanak in Hawaii when he was there in the military. And so while I knew the names, I knew the Rich Baker name, I'd never met the guy, I'd never had correspondence with him. I trained under Jerry Pierce and Carl Skidmore. And that's all I knew. That's the only instructors I knew coming through the system. So you fast forward a lot of years, I black belt and I go on, I teach here and I teach there, and I've taught students. And we fast forward to 2007, and my son happens to be on one of these blogs, these martial arts cafe things on blog, and there was a talk in there about CHA-3, and of course my son said, oh yeah, I'm in that too. Well, somebody in Hawaii then responded back, well, who are you? I don't know your name, I don't recognize you. Well, my dad trained under Pierce and Skidmore, he trained under Baker. Next thing you know, I get a call from Chief Richard Baker. And hey, I got contacted by the guys in Hawaii, you trained under Jerry, who are you, where are you from? And so we start this whole journey of genealogy of saying, well, who was there, and who was here, and who was there, and who else was there? And so it got us all connected, hooked up finally, where we got to Vegas in July of '07, got to meet all these people in person. which, you know, in the 70s and 80s, that just didn't happen. You know, and you might have been writing letters if you knew each other, but you didn't. And even Chief Baker, I had heard so much about him, but I never met him. I never saw a picture of him prior to that phone call that he made to me in 2007. And so, and because of that, then he contacted Professor Mike, and they invited us to the seminar, then the Black Belt seminar in Las Vegas. And when we got out there, of course, we trained, and yep, this is what we do. This is what we do, and this is what I know. And this, and again, the second we walked into that room, that training room in Vegas, they greeted us like we were family, like we'd trained with them for 20 years, and that's when I knew, yep, this is CHA3. That's the difference. You're not just a student with a diploma and go do whatever you want to do. We stay in contact, and that's a big thing with this particular system. Is we all stay in contact, either through email or phone calls, or we show up in Vegas every 2 years. And you know, if you're running your own dojo, you should be there. And that's the professor's way of telling you that I expect you to be here if you're running your own place. Because we're going to go over some things and have a talk, and we get to hang out and be social when we're not training, and it keeps that family unit together.
Foster says the strength of CHA3 Kempo is its roots in consistency.
There's Kempo out there. Kempo's fist law, or law of the fist is what it means. Karate, of course, being of empty hand. There's other systems of Kempo out there. This isn't a style. People talk about their style. What style do you train? Well, it's Taekwondo or Hapkido or whatever it is their style is. This CHA3 Kempo is not a style, it's a system. And the difference is a system covers everything. Everything is in a system, unlike a style. A style might be a spin-off of something else. This is a system that goes clear back to 525 AD, Daruma, the 28th Buddha, who travels into China and teaches, and then China takes it to Japan, Japan ends up in Hawaii, and then here we are. But it's an entire system of its own. It doesn't spin off of somebody else's system. It is its own system, which incorporates everything there is in the art of self-defense.
U.S. Cellular opens a store in Papillion's Market Point.
On behalf of the mayor and city council, I just wanted to welcome you guys to Papillion, congratulate you on the new location. We get really excited when businesses come to town that are great community partners. And if you guys are familiar with U.S. Cellular at all, they have a great history of community partnerships with civic organizations and schools. So welcome to Papillion and good luck in your new location.
And on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
There are several city events we want you to be aware of. Registration is now open for all events in our road race series. Please go online to our recreation department for full details. And the best one, our annual Daddy-Daughter date night is set for February 11th. Register now because this event fills quickly. Registration deadline is January 29th. The second annual Mother-Son movie night is scheduled for February 16th. Registration deadline for this event is February 2nd. There are lots of ways to stay up to date with what's happening in Papillion. You can find us on Facebook, follow the City of Papillion on Twitter, or even watch our YouTube channel. And information about all of our departments and programs is available on our website. For more about Papillion, go to www.papillion.org or just call the Mayor's Hotline at 402-827-1111. Thanks for watching.